Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Shah Sir Classes and Evershine Coaching Center. I am Shah Faisal Sir here. My dear students, today I am going to discuss the very important concept regarding the class 10th Karnataka State Board SSLC Social Science. In this session, I am going to cover your all the chapters, blueprint and passing package, scoring package and much more. Here I will be going to give you the complete details regarding each and every chapter and how many marks you can expect from each chapter and how the questions will be asked in your upcoming board exam. And this video is for both Kannada medium and English medium students. Remember, here we are going to present you for both Kannada and English medium students questions. And we are very thankful for the state resource persons who have been involved in making such a beautiful concept to help our beloved students. And this video is for the academic year 2021-2022 class 10th Karnataka State Board students as per the reduced syllabus. First we are going to start with political science. Let me go step by step. See children, in political science, you can expect MCQs 1 mark 1 question, very short answer 1 mark 1 question, short answers 2 marks 1 question, long answers 3 mark 1 question and very long answers 4 mark 1 question. From political science, you can expect around 5 questions which carries 11 marks. And also you will be getting one choice question in 2 marks. You will be getting one choice question in 2 marks. First chapter, the problems of India and their solutions. Expected weightage to content 4 marks. From this chapter we can expect 4 mark. You can expect a question directly straightforward 1 question for 4 mark. If not, 1 mark 1 question and 3 mark 1 question. Most expected questions for 4 or 3 marks as follows. First question, describe the causes and remedies of the unemployment problem. ನಿರುದ್ಯೋಗ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗೆ ಕಾರಣಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನಿವಾರಣಾ ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿ. Here you can see both the languages is been used so that it should be helpful for Kannada medium students along with English medium students. Second question, what are the measures taken by the government to improve the status of women in India? ಎರಡನೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನವನ್ನು ಉತ್ತಮಪಡಿಸಲು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿರುವ ಕ್ರಮಗಳೇನು? And next, third question, communalism is harmful to national unity how? ಕೋಮುವಾದವು ದೇಶದ ಐಕ್ಯತೆಗೆ ಮಾರಕ ಹೇಗೆ? Next, mention the measures undertaken for the eradication of communalism. Next, fifth question, Kannada medium students, you can just go ahead with this Kannada question. Next, number 5, what are the effects of terrorism? Next, number 6, list the measures taken by the government to curb terrorism. Number 7, what measures can be taken to eradicate corruption? Next, what is corporate strategy? Write about its present status. So these all are 3 or 4 mark questions from this chapter. And next, most expected 1 mark questions. What is unemployment? What is regionalism? Corruption, terrorism, communalism. Next, which article of the Constitution has given special status to backward regions of Karnataka? What are the important reasons for unemployment? What is the main objective of corporate strategy? Next, number 2, second chapter, Indian foreign policy, expected weightage to content. Total, you can expect 2 marks from this chapter. The question can be 1 mark plus 1 mark. 2 questions can be asked. If not, directly 1 question for 2 marks. Is this clear? आपको 1 mark का 2 question पूछा जाएगा. If not, 2 mark का एक ही question आपको पूछा जा सकता है. And remember, if they ask 2 mark question, then there will be a choice. So 2 mark choice question will be there. Okay. Next, most expected questions for 2 marks. Which are the Panchashil principles adopted by India to improve the international relationship? Number 2, mention the factors that influence the formation of our foreign policy. Number 3, what are the fundamental features of Indian foreign policy? Number 4, what are the objectives of Indian foreign policy? Why is India against colonialism? Number 6, India has been considered as one of the major countries of the world. How? Next, number 7, how is foreign policy helpful for national progress? Number 8, why is India championing the cause of disarmament as very essential for the present day world? Next, 1 mark questions. In case if they ask you any 1 mark question from this chapter, you can expect these questions. India promotes disarmament. Why? Who is popularly known as Gandhi of Africa? Who fought against the racial discrimination in Africa? Number 4, what is non-aligned movement? Number 5, Indian foreign policy has been hailed as Nehru's foreign policy. Why? Number 6, India's foreign policy opposes colonialism. Why? And my dear students, still if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, Shah Sir Classes, kindly do subscribe it and click the bell icon. And after watching this complete video, share this video with your all friends and also with your classmates. And the admissions are opened in our coaching center for the next year. We do conduct classes from class 6 to class 12th. Okay, the admissions are open for online and offline batch students. If any students are interested to join with us for the regular batch, you can contact to the given respective contact number. We do have branches in Bangalore, Tannery Road and Shivajinagar. Next, what is foreign policy? What is the significance of Article 51 of the Constitution of India? Next chapter, India's relationship with other countries. Expected weightage to content. From this chapter, you can expect 3 mark straightforward 1 question can be asked. 1 into 3 equals 3. If not, 1 mark 1 question and 2 mark 1 question can be given. So total this chapter carries 3 marks. Most expected question for 3 marks. Explain Indian relationship with Russia. Explain Indian relationship with America. Explain Indian relationship with China. Explain Indian relationship with Pakistan. Next, global problems and India's role. Expected weightage to content 2 mark from this chapter. Each you may get 1 mark 2 questions. If not, 2 mark 1 question. So there is a choice question. Not only in this chapter, in this complete political science, the choice question can also be taken from this chapter. That is the meaning of this. It's not like that. From this chapter only they will ask 2 mark question. Okay. Next, most expected question for 2 marks. What were the major problems that emerged after World War II? Next, India has been striving hard towards upholding the human rights. Justify this statement. Next, what are the effects of arms race? Next, what are the measures taken up by India to eradicate economic inequality? What are the features of economically backward countries? Next, which events provided more strength to the struggle of human rights? Number 7, mention the commissions formed to protect the human rights in India. Number 8, name the agreements that have been made to prevent nuclear weapons. 1 mark question. What is disarmament? December 10th of 1948 is an important day in the history of UNO. Why? Or this same question can also be asked in this form. Why is 10th December observed as Human Rights Day? Number 3. What is the important change that took place due to end of World War II? This completes your political science. Now we are going to start with sociology, Samaja Shastra. Now sociology, it's something like this. Okay, the questions can be asked for you in MCQ. 2 questions can be asked, each carries 1 mark. In very short answers, as you can see, 2 questions. Okay, as you can see, 1 mark, 2 mark 2 questions, sometimes 2 questions also in MCQs. In 2 mark, sometimes 1 question, sometimes 2 questions. Next, short answers, 1 question for 2 marks, 3 mark 1 question, and there is no 4 mark question can be asked from sociology. So total you will be getting 5 questions and 8 marks, and you will be having one choice question from this all the chapters of sociology for 2 mark question. Any question from any of the chapter can be asked under choice category for 2 marks. First chapter, social stratification, expected weightage to content, 3 marks. Okay, directly you can get one 3 mark question. If not, 1 mark 1 question, 2 mark 1 question. So altogether 3 marks. Most expected questions. What are the causes of social inequality? Mention the features of social stratification. What are the problems of untouchability? Next, explain the constitutional legal measures undertaken to eradicate untouchability. Explain the measures undertaken by government for the achievement of educational balance. Which are the forms of social stratification? And 1 mark expected questions. And my dear students, one important note, you need to note it down. These are the main articles of the Constitution which comes under this chapter. Article 17, Article 19, Article 21A, Article 24, Article 29, Article 30, Article 39, Article 45, Article 46. So I want you have to go through these all articles and what are their objectives. So this may comes under 1 mark question. Next chapter, labor, that is Dudime. Expected weightage to content, total from this chapter you can expect 3 marks. If not, 1 question 1 mark, 2 question for 2 mark 1 question, 1 mark 1 question, altogether 3 marks. Most expected questions for 2 or 3 marks. Explain the nature of discrimination of work. How are the laborers of organized sector different from the laborers of unorganized sector? List out the benefits taken by the organized laborers. List the problem faced by unorganized workers. Differentiate division of economic labor and social labor. Differentiate between pay with pay and without pay labor. 1 mark question. Landless laborers are the example of these laborers. Who wrote the book of the Republic? What is specialization? What is division of labor? What is labor without payment? What is labor with payment? Social moments. From this chapter you can expect a question for 2 marks. 2 marks, 1 question. Okay. If not, 1 mark, 2 questions will be asked, and this chapter carries around 2 marks. As you can see, 2 mark questions. Explain the nature of mob. How can we control mob violence? List the main environmental movements of India. And 4th question, write about Chipko movement. Explain the Narmada Bachao movement. What are the objectives of Apiko movement? What are the main causes of movement opposing Kaiga nuclear power plant? Why have the women shown a lot of unity in alcohol prohibition movement? What was the role of Ambedkar in the movement against the practice of untouchability? 1 mark question. What is social movement? Mob behavior, mob riots. The state in which Chipko movement was started. The Silent Valley movement is led by whom? Narmada Bachao movement is led by whom? Who was the founder of Karnataka State Riot Sangha? What is women's movement? What are the reasons of the farmers movement? The Labor Code of 1923 is most important to the interest of the workers because economics, Arthashastra. From the economics part, you can expect the questions. Total 7 marks. MCQ 1 question, short answer 1 question, very short answer 1 question, short answer 1 question, long answer category 1 question, and chances are very less of asking 4 mark questions from economics. So total you will be getting 4 questions from all the chapters of economics, and marks will be awarded 7 marks. Choice question 3 marks. In 3 mark you may expect 1 question for choice from economics chapters. Development. From this chapter you can expect a 3 mark choice question. So this chapter carries total 3 marks. If not, 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. Most expected questions for 2 or 3 marks. What are the main objectives of development? What are the causes of underdevelopment? Per capita income is not true indicators of development. Why? What are the reasons for low HDI in India? The discrimination has not come down even though Indian Constitution has assured equality of freedom, opportunities for both men and women. Why? Women self-help groups are supportive to women empowerment. Justify. Per capita income is not true indicators of development. Why? How to achieve gender equality? 1 mark question. How is per capita income derived? What is women empowerment? What is HDI? What is national income? How does the standard of living improve as the income of people increases? Next, rural development. From this chapter, you can expect 4 marks. Okay, the questions can be asked you in this form. 1 mark 1 question, 3 mark 1 question, altogether 4 mark. If not, 1 mark 2 questions, 2 mark 1 question, altogether 4 mark. And in case if any 3 mark question come from this chapter, then it can be asked under a choice category. The important questions, most expected questions from this chapter. How is the economic situation in rural areas of India? Explain briefly the significance of rural development. Explain the features of Panchayat Raj system. How do Panchayat Raj institution help in rural development? Explain Gandhiji's concept of Gram Swarajya in the light of decentralization. 1 mark question. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act is very important milestone in Indian administrative system because you can write the reason. What is meant by decentralization of power? The true development of India is the development of its villages. This was told by whom? This can comes under your multiple choice question. When was the Panchayat Raj system established? Next, business study, Vyavahara Adhyayana. From business studies part, you can expect total 7 marks. 1 mark 1 question, again 1 mark 1 question, 2 mark 1 question, 3 mark 1 question, and chances are very less of asking 4 mark question from business studies. So altogether you get 4 marks, 4 questions for 7 marks. And you can expect one choice question from 3 marks category from this all the chapters. Banking transaction, that is bank transaction. Expected weightage to content, 3 mark 1 question, if not 1 mark 1 question and 2 mark 1 question, altogether 3 marks. The questions are 2 or 3 marks. Post offices are undertaking various financial transactions to justify. Mention the advantages of opening a bank account, or the same question can be asked for you in this form. What are the benefits we get by opening a bank account? Both are one and the same. Okay, but the way of asking question is different. Explain the functions of a bank. What are the differences between savings bank account and current bank account? Next, mention the characteristics of banks. Write the functions of banks. Write the procedure to open a bank account. Mention the different types of banks. Okay, you can briefly explain them. Next chapter, entrepreneurship, Udyamagarike. Expected weightage for this chapter, 2 marks. Okay, 2 marks. The questions can be 2 mark directly 1 question, if not 1 mark 2 questions. There is no 3 mark question choice question here. Okay, so you may expect only 2 mark question from this chapter. Okay, but some cases are there, you can expect even 3 mark also, but chances are very less, but still you can go through it. What are the functions of entrepreneur? What are the characteristics of entrepreneurship? Explain the importance of an entrepreneur. Mention the financial institutions which help small scale industries. 1 mark questions. Do remember what is their role, who is the founder, for which company or which sector of the business. Okay, Narayan Murthy, Dr. Pratap Reddy, Naresh Goyal, Azim Premji, Varghese Kurian, Kiran Mazumdar, Ekta Kapoor, Dhirubhai Ambani. Please remember what is their roles. So you can expect in 1 mark. Who is an entrepreneur? What is entrepreneurship? Next chapter, consumer education and protection. You can expect 2 marks from this chapter. If not 1 mark 2 questions, total 2 marks. 2 mark questions. What are the problems faced by consumer? Mention the aims of the Consumer Protection Act. What are the methods to follow to file a complaint in consumer court? What are the rights of consumer? And 1 mark expected question. Who is called a consumer? When did Consumer Protection Act come into force in India? When is the World Consumer Day celebrated? In case of compensation exceeding rupees 1 crore, the complaint has to be submitted to. Okay, please, this one question you have to remember. If compensation amount, if it is exceeding 1 crore, we have completely 3 conditions are there of compensation. Remember those, all the 3 compensations. What is the amount, what is the value, and for whom we have to submit the complaint. Okay, that you need to remember. Next, why is Consumer Protection Act of 1986 passed? What is consumer protection? What is teleshopping? Okay, so now we welcome to geography, Bhugola Vijnana. Selected portions: India position and extent, India physiography, climate, soils, forest resources. And next, India water resources, India land resources, transport and communication, India industries, India natural disasters. Marks and number of questions. Total marks in geography, you can expect 22 marks. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭೂಗೋಳ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 22 ಅಂಕಗಳು ಬರಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 9. ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ can be 9 marks. And MCQ 1 question, 1 mark, 2 questions, 2 marks, 2 questions, 3 marks, 2 questions, in 4 mark 1 question. And map, you need to remember, 1 map will be asked. Chapter wise allocation of marks of the lessons. India position and extent, you can expect 1 plus 1. Okay, 2 marks. India physiography 2 marks. India climate 1 mark. Okay, next India soils 2 marks. India forest resources 2 marks. India water resources 1 plus 1, it means 1 plus 1 means 1 mark 2 questions. India land resources 4. India transport and communication 3 plus 1. Industries 3 marks. Or India natural disasters 3 marks. Okay, next you have to remember this map based questions: latitudes, longitudes, Indra Col, Indra Point, location Delhi. My dear students, still if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do subscribe it. Next, India physiography. In this, the northern mountains and importance, important questions. Northern greater plains and their importance, the peninsula plateau and the importance, the coastal plains and islands and their importance, eastern and western Ghats, hill stations. Okay, the northern mountains and importance, northern great plains and their importance, peninsula plateau and their importance, coastal plains, islands and importance, eastern Ghats and western Ghats, hill stations. Which are the hill stations of North India? Mention the passes of Western Ghat. Where does river Ganga take its birth? Mention the importance of northern mountains. Explain the importance of North India plain. Write the plateau of Peninsula India's economic importance. What are the importance of coastal regions? Next, India climate. You should know the reason. Low temperature during winter, high temperature during summer, retreating monsoon. What is the reason behind this? Ganganagar, Draws, Mausiram, and this Kalbaisakis, mango showers, coffee blossoms. You need to remember these basic terms and what are their functions and their basic definitions. Is this clear? Good. Next, India climate. Why do we have high temperatures in summer? Why do we have low temperatures in winter? Why does monsoon retreat? Which are the 2 branches of southwest monsoon winds? Mention any 2 pre-monsoon showers of India. From India soils, you should know the different types of soils, uses of black soil, red soil, mountain soil. Next, what is soil erosion and what are the reasons behind that? What is soil erosion and what is the impact due to soil erosion, and what is soil conservation? Next, which are the different types of soil found in India? How is black and red soil formed? How is soil eroded? What are the effects of soil erosion? How it is conserved? Next, India forest resources. Explain the importance of forest. Write the different types of forest. Vegetation found in evergreen and deciduous forest and also in mangrove forest. What is deforestation? Write the reasons for deforestation and about conservation of forest, national parks and biosphere reserves. Next, list out the importance of forest. Mention the vegetations found in evergreen forest. Mention the vegetations found in monsoon forest. Which are the vegetations found in mangrove forest? What are the reasons for the deforestation? How can we conserve forest? And these are the maps. You can just go through the maps and their locations. My dear students, already we have done the important maps video in our playlist in our YouTube channel, Shah Sir Classes, SHAH, Shah SIR Sir Classes. You can just browse the playlist. There is a section of maps, class 10th maps, in which we have covered all the maps. You can go through it. Okay. Next, land resource and agriculture. Importance of agriculture in India. Land uses and their types, different types of agricultural practices, geographical requirements to cultivate paddy, wheat, tobacco, tea and sugarcane. Next, agriculture is an important occupation in India. Justify. List out the types of land use in India. Mention the different types of agriculture practice of India. What are the geographical features required to grow paddy, wheat, sugarcane and cotton? Next, India transport and communication. Importance of transport, road transport, types of roads, railways importance, communication and its importance, ports of western and eastern Ghats. Next, India transport and communication. Importance of roadways. Dredging is necessary in Kolkata port. Why? Mention the services of post office. Mention the major ports of eastern and western Ghats. Mention the modern means of land route transport. Inland waterways is losing its importance. Why? Next, India industries. Importance of industries. Factors influencing localization of industries. Industrial zones. Factors influencing localization, iron and steel and paper industries. Iron and steel industries under public sector. List out the industrial zones of India. Industries are located in specific areas only. Why? List out the factors required for localization of industries. Mention iron and steel industries of India under public sector. Mention the raw materials required to produce paper. India natural disasters, cyclones, reasons and effects, flood, reasons and effects, earthquake, reasons and effects, landslides, reasons and effects, coastal erosion, reasons and effects. Next, India natural disasters. Mention the types of cyclone. What are the causes of cyclone? List out the effects of cyclone. What are the reasons for earthquake? Mention the effects of earthquake. And these are the map places. Already we have covered places and or ports, and these are the types of questions will be asked. This is your pattern of question paper. MCQ 8 into 1 equals 8, very short answers 8 into 1 equals 8, short answers 8 into 2 equals 16, long answers 9 into 3 equals 27, very long answers 4 mark 4 questions 16, skill questions, that is map based question, 5 marks. Total you will be having 38 questions and total marks will be 80. Okay, so this is the blueprint. Okay, next, this is the division. History 11 questions 25 marks, Political Science 5 questions 11 marks, Sociology 5 questions 8 marks, Geography 9 questions 22 marks, Economics 4 questions 7 marks, Business Studies 4 questions 7 marks, total 38 questions 80 marks. For Kannada medium students, you can just follow this pattern. So this is your blueprint, and remember all the treaties. Okay, first Carnatic War was ended with the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Second Carnatic War, Treaty of Pondicherry. Here we have given all the treaties names and which war was ended because of which treaty. You can just follow up these points. And books and their newspapers: Samvada Kaumudi, Rajaram Mohan Roy, Satyartha Prakasha, Dayananda Saraswati. As you can follow this, which book is written by whom, or which newspaper was drafted by whom. Complete statements is given. As you can see, these are the statements. Who stated this statement? We have given the names of the peoples who have given these all statements. So please follow once these all statements. Just you can make a note in your mind, read once, so that it will be easy for you people to understand who has stated these definitions. Okay, and then as you can see here, these are the important statements is been defined with these great peoples, and I have mentioned the articles, right? Please go through these articles. Article 51, what it states. Article 21A, what it states. Article 45, what it states. We have given the complete details of all the articles. Next, special names like Gateway of European Trade is known as Constantinople. The real founder of Portuguese Empire in India, Alfonso de Albuquerque. Similarly, you can see the special names of the great peoples. You can once just read these all points. It is more than sufficient. I hope you remember. Next, founder or starter. Who founded or who started? We have given the complete list of all the founders. Now history as follows. In MCQs you can expect 2 questions. In 1 mark 2 questions. Okay. 2 marks, 3 mark, 4 mark. So altogether 11 questions. Total marks 25. First chapter, Advent of Europeans to India. Expected weightage to contain 2 marks. 1 MCQ and 1 mark 1 question can be asked. If not directly 2 mark 1 question. Okay. If you see the history behind this, in model paper 1, for 2 mark they have asked the question. In model paper 2, they have asked 1 mark 1 question and 1 mark multiple choice question. Wherever you see star, that means that this question is asked in multiple choice. And if you see the final board of 2020, 2 mark 1 question have asked. In June 2020, if you see, 1 mark 1 question and 1 MCQ was asked. In September 20 paper 2020, okay, in September 2009, June 2009, September 2020, these are the marks which was asked from this chapter. So altogether 2 mark was the question. What are the effects of fall of Constantinople? How did the trade take place between India and Europe during Middle Ages? What were the reasons for the discovery of new sea route to India? Explain the reasons for the Battle of Buxar. Explain the outcome of results of Battle of Buxar. Explain the achievements of Francisco de Almeida. Explain the achievements of Alfonso de Albuquerque. Who introduced dual government? What was it? and these are the questions for Kannada medium students. As you can see, in model paper 1, model paper 2, these were the questions. In state final board exams, these were the questions was asked from this chapter. Next, the extension of the British rule in India. From this chapter, you can expect 1 mark 1 question and 1 mark MCQ, if not directly 2 mark 1 question. Most expected questions: explain the reasons for the first Anglo-Maratha War, explain the reasons for the second Anglo-Maratha War, explain the reasons for the third Anglo-Maratha War, explain the effects of third Anglo-Maratha War. Lord Dalhousie merged the state of Punjab with the British Empire. How? These are the model questions and Karnataka State Board final questions was asked in the previous year papers. Next, the impact of British rule in India. From this chapter, directly straightforward, you can expect 1 question for 3 marks. Chances of asking 3 mark questions straightforward is maximum. Okay. Explain the reforms introduced by the British in the judicial system. Explain the reforms introduced by the British in the police system. What were the reforms introduced by the British in the field of modern education in India? Make a list of the effects of modern education in India. Next, opposition to British rule in Karnataka. Expected 3 mark from this chapter. Okay. How did Hyder Ali come to power? What were the effects of 4th Anglo-Mysore War? Explain the methods of resisting the British power by Dondia War. Explain the methods adopted by Sangoli Rayana to fight against the British. Explain the contribution of Putta Basappa of Kodagu in freedom struggle. Explain the role of Venkatappa Nayaka in the Surapura rebellion. What are the reasons for the first Anglo-Mysore War? What are the reasons for the second Anglo-Mysore War? What are the reasons for the third Anglo-Mysore War? What are the reasons for fourth Anglo-Mysore War? Explain the achievements of Kittur Rani Chennamma. Next, explain the rebellion of Bedas of Hulagali. Explain the revolt of Veerappa of Koppal. Write a brief note on rebellion of Amara Sulya. Next, social and religious reformation movements. Expected weightage to content is 3 marks from this chapter. You can expect 3 mark question from this chapter. What are the preachings of Brahma Samaj? Explain the reformation advocated by Satyashodak Samaj. Explain the aims of Aligarh movement. Explain the views of Ramakrishna mission. Explain how Swami Vivekananda was a source of inspiration for youngsters. What were the reformation activities of Ani Besant? Explain the contributions of Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam. Make a list of main aspects of Periyar movement. What are the aims of Arya Samaj? Write the contributions of Derozio. Write a note on Pratna Samaj. Write a brief note on Theosophical Society. Next chapter, the first war of Indian independence. Again, from this chapter, you can expect 3 mark question. Most expected questions. What were the results of doctrine of lapse? How did the economic policies result in the mutiny of 1857? What were the military reasons for 1857 revolt? What were the immediate causes of first war of Indian independence? What were the reasons for the failure of 1857 revolt? What were the main aspects in the declaration of the British Queen? What were the political reasons for the first war of Indian independence? What were the administrative reasons for first war of Indian independence? Explain the results of 1857 mutiny. How did 1857 revolt spread? Explain the role of Rani Lakshmi Bai in 1857 mutiny. Next, the freedom movement. From this chapter, you can expect 4 mark question. Most expected questions. Who are moderates? What were the demands of moderates placed in front of the British? Explain the drain theory. Discuss the role of Bala Gangadhar Tilak in the Indian independence movement. Explain the role of revolutionaries in the Indian freedom movement. Era of Gandhi and national movement. Total 4 marks can be expected from this chapter. Most expected questions. List out the programs of non-cooperation movement. Explain the major developments that took place during non-cooperation movement. Explain the Khilafat movement. Explain the Quit India movement. Explain the partition of India. Explain the achievements of Subhash Chandra Bose in independence movement. Explain the major achievements of Nehru as the first Prime Minister of India. Explain the achievements of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Explain the initial protest of Gandhiji. What were the contributions of Muhammad Ali Jinnah? Explain the various tribal revolts in the history of independence struggle. Explain the workers' revolt. Explain the farmers' protest. Next chapter, post-independent India. Expected weightage to content. 1 MCQ and 1 mark 1 question. Altogether from this chapter you can expect 2 marks. My dear students, one important note, again I am going to repeat it here. The admissions are opened in our coaching center for the offline classes for the next year batch. For class 10th and class 12th have already started. If any of your juniors or your family members or colleagues, if they are interested to join for our regular courses, regular classes where we are going to complete the entire syllabus, the notes will be provided from our institute, the study materials will be provided from the institute itself, and regular testers and exams will be conducted, and various workshops from resource persons will be conducted in our coaching center. If any of you or your family members are interested for your next year or 10th standard or 11th standard, 12th standard, you can just contact to us. Hurry up, limited seats. Once if the class starts, then it will be very difficult for you people to cope up with the syllabus. Why? Because from the month of April and May, we are going to start the bridge course, that is called as foundation course, where we are going to teach you the vocabulary and complete Kannada grammar, English grammar, Hindi grammar, maths basics, science basics and social basics. These are the basic things and the terms will be covered in this bridge course, that is called as foundation course. So definitely the one who doesn't know to speak Kannada or to write in Kannada or Hindi, we are going to train you so that the rest of the complete year it will be easy for you people to go and have a great journey for the next academic year. Okay, so this is the advantage from our coaching center, and do remember our materials has been proven a very successful result for our coaching center. Do not miss an opportunity. Hurry up, limited seats. Most expected questions. What were the problems faced in independent India? How did the nation face refugee problem? How was Pondicherry liberated from the French? How was Goa liberated from Portuguese? Explain the process of state reorganization based on language. The accession of Jammu and Kashmir is different from all the other accessions. How? Explain the integration of Hyderabad with India. How did Junagadh join Indian Federation? Okay, I hope you all have got the points, and this is what we just wanted to give you the complete information about your passing package, scoring package, blueprint, etc, etc. So we have covered each and every area in this video. I hope this video will be very much helpful for you all. Wish you all the best of luck. Have a great journey and share this video as much as possible with your all friends, because most of the students are waiting how to pass in the exam, how to score in the exam, so that it will be very much helpful for them. Comment below how was this class and what video you want to make me next. If you like this class, click the like button. Take care. See you soon with the good results. Take care.